Today's episode of the Digital Ramble is sponsored by 1AV. 1AV is a fast-growing, pan-European, specialist technology distributor of AV brands, supplying professional installers in residential and commercial markets. Find out more at 1av.co.uk.
What's happening, Gamble?
Hey, JJ.
Man, I hope you had a wonderful weekend.
I did. It was hectic as always. Having a young family, you're always kept on your toes.
I'm pulling you here, pulling you there.
Yeah, a lot of running around this weekend. But it's summer, holidays soon. Just keeping young minds busy.
Man, you look a little different. Did you do something?
Oh, I changed my glasses. I've had the same glasses for 3 years. I changed them.
You look even smarter.
Yeah.
Well, man, it's good to see you. You know, we are on season 5, and we're starting a new season, and we are on episode 31, and this one is going to be a banger, no doubt about it. And we're doing the 3,000 Smart Home Challenge, the $3,000 Smart Home Challenge Part 1, because we're going to be doing a couple of these. What do you think about that?
Yeah, we had a bit of a brainstorming session, what we would do in season 5, and we decided to challenge each other this time. So almost like a Q&A to each other, but we're going to throw some scenarios up each week, and one of us takes scenario 1, the other scenario 2, and we take on that challenge with a budget in mind. It's $3,000, or in UK pounds, £2,400, and we use that money to make a space smart in the home. And today we're going to be tackling the kitchen and family room. So that's a challenge for us both. It's been fun trying to put together this space. I've got the kitchen.
Yeah, and I got the family room, and I'm super excited about it. And to be honest with you, I think mine's gonna be a little bit better than yours. But we'll see. We're actually gonna put a poll up and let our audience decide, and let us know who has, maybe the better, buy-in for $3,000, whether it's in the family room or in the kitchen, and we'll see what our audience says about that.
Yeah, and in a way, this kind of ties into our Smart Spaces series that we did in series 3, where we looked at the common places that are ripe for technology upgrades, and this fits in nicely with that. But it challenges us, the two home tech professionals, to prove our worth and prove our value by working with a tight budget in these spaces.
Yeah, man, because a lot of times homeowners and small business owners thinks that, it's expensive, and that it takes a ton of money in order to have a simple solution in their home. And we're hoping that through this series of exploration, we can kind of, put that behind us and say, man, you can do a lot with $3,000 or with a $3,000 budget. So I'm excited to, talk about this. The other thing is, for our newer audience, a lot of people are like, who are these two guys? Like, why would I be listening to these two guys? And so, Kris and I, we make talking about smart home technology exciting and informative. We share our experience of 30 years of being out in the field, and we want to add value to help you, homeowners and small business owners, make educated decisions of what you can, as well as create some awareness of what else might be available out there on the market.
Yeah, there's a huge lack of awareness and confidence with homeowners when it comes to smart home, and we just want to ease you into starting to live smarter. And hopefully this series is really going to fill in some blanks for people, where we're going to give real scenarios and answer what we feel are some of the most common rooms that people are upgrading with technology. Now, you can get in touch with the show. Very, very easy to do that. Most of the messaging platforms are the easiest one: Facebook, Instagram. But also, we're excited to say the launch of our website, digitalrambleshow.com, is worth checking out. And that's going to be fed with a lot of the content we produce on video and audio. So go check out that show, and we'll be adding to that website over the coming months.
Yeah, and if y'all find something that really y'all feel impactful, we encourage you to share that with your groups or with your friends. And if you would be so kind to add the Digital Ramble hashtag, so if other people are seeking out the Digital Ramble, it'll pull up all these other posts that are associated with it. And so thank you for doing that. And also, I just want to throw out there, Gamble, we've gotten a lot of requests from advertisers and people that want to see how they can get involved with the show on our new website at digitalrambleshow.com. There is a little quick sheet that you can send out and submit that we can receive and then get back in contact with you for doing some advertisement.
That's right. Right, let's get into episode 31, JJ.
Let's do it. All right. So, Series 5, what is it all about? And it's about the $3,000 budget smart home challenge, Gamble. And so I guess I'll start it out. This is something that we hear, in the real world all the time. We get invited out to clients' homes, and sometimes they're building new, sometimes they're remodeling, and what used to be the living room, kind of an enclosed environment, an enclosed space, they're kind of like tearing down walls, and they're opening them up into like the kitchen, or to trying to bring the outside in to an open space, and it's really starting to become like an entertainment hub of the home. And that being the case, a lot of clients, might already have a television. And I'm just going to play off a scenario of something that I hear, pretty regularly. Clients already have a television. Usually their home is already pre-wired to where they have wires either in the wall or up in the ceiling or something like that. Their budget sometimes is at the end of their budget, and that's kind of why we came up with this $3,000 number. Because sometimes their resources are kind of strapped. Have you seen that?
Yeah, especially if you're doing building work. You don't always have maybe the budget you'd hoped when it comes to doing the entertainment, the technology. So, there's a good amount to play with, though. I still think you've got a lot of money there to do something wow for them.
Yeah, $3,000 is no chump change, no doubt about that. But you can get a lot of bang out of your buck for $3,000. And, some of the other things that I'm hearing from our clientele is that, they don't want a big, bulky cabinet of gear, in any location. They kind of want to find ways to maybe save some monthly income. And so they're really starting to gravitate and lean towards, cutting the cord. How can, do I absolutely need to have cable service or, those types of services at my house? And so there's a couple of different ways that we can go with it. And so one of our most common things, and one of the things that we're designing for, and I'm gonna put out a spec list of items that we're proposing to a client. And stop me and ask me questions, Gamble, okay, as I throw out this spec list. But music has really started to, be a real intricate part of family. So a lot of times if they're cutting the cord, television is not necessarily what their go-to thing is anymore. And they really want to embrace music again, in the entire house. But today we're just talking about that family room. And the other thing that I'm hearing a lot of is people are kind of gravitating towards vinyl. Like they like that feel of sharing stories of when they might have been younger, or their parents might have shared stories when their parents were younger. And so they want to explore that idea of maybe having a vinyl collection themselves. And there's just something about vinyl, Gamble, where you have that nice album and you take out the record, or you can open up the record and you have, different pictures of the artist or stories of concerts and things like that. And so vinyl's making a comeback, and people are asking about that. And so what I've put together here is kind of a Sonos kit, a Sonos package. And, the idea is to try to keep this, design under $3,000. And, clients also want to, provide a wow. So when people are over at their home, or even when the kids are at the house, or mom and dad are just sitting down and wanting to watch a movie or something like that, they still got that wow about it. And so Sonos In-Ceiling Speakers made by Sonance is really a popular thing. I mean, they just released several months ago. We've been selling a tremendous amount of them and coupling them with the new Sonos Amp. And what's cool about those two items coupled together is that you can true play them. And what true play is it calibrates for the best sound quality out of both of those products to get the best performance out of your room. So maybe you have a room that's very large in size or narrow in size, or maybe it's kind of ambient. With the Sonos TruePlay, combining those two products together, it gives you a really good quality sound. But sometimes people want to go even a little bit more. They want some of that kick, they want some of that oomph. And so we want to throw in a Sonos Sub. So you got some in-ceiling speakers, you got an amplifier, and now you got a subwoofer for your full range of speakers, which also can be true played together. Now, one cool thing about this Sonos Amp, Gamble, is that, since this client has a new television, you can arc out of it. Audio return channel. It's an HDMI signal, and you can go into the amplifier. So every time you turn on that television, the amp automatically turns on and gives you the best quality audio out of that television. Man, am I going like crazy fast?
Let me just review it back there. So on the audio, we're going for the Sonos Amp, which will be able to play the TV audio. So it's a multi-use amplifier. You'll be able to stream all your music through that because of the Sonos features of linking up your Spotify and Apple. You're going to have one pair of speakers in the ceiling?
Yeah, for a starter kit, we're starting with one pair of speakers. We can add more.
But you're also adding a vintage feel, really, with the introduction of a turntable.
Yeah.
And putting that into the audio input, so the analog audio input of the Sonos Amp.
Yeah.
So
and
you're not taking up a lot of space there. The vinyl's got to be accessible and on show. The amp doesn't have to live out of view. It can be beside the turntable as well. So it's going to be nice to look at as well.
Yeah. And so that's for our audio system. And it completely covers the entire gamut, as well as makes it easy to access, because you can use your phone to dial up like your Spotify or your Pandora or your iHeartRadio or TuneIn Radio and stream any kind of music that you would like. You got the vinyl player that you can drop a record on. Also, Gamble, I threw in there a Philips Hue kit with 4 light bulbs that also can do white light or color changing light. And then Lutron just came out with this Aurora Smart bulb rotary dimmer. And so what you do is you put this dimmer on top of the light switch for these bulbs, and now you can control the lighting of that room depending on what color you want it to be, or whatever the intensity is. All that together, it sounds like a lot. It kind of sounds expensive, doesn't it?
Well, the Sonos can be quite heavy on price, so I'm interested to see if you're meeting the budget here.
Dude, I'm in the budget. Installed. I know. So I'm like at $2,450. I'm at $2,450 for all that hardware, Gamble. And we still got $550 left over for labor, which I think that we could get most of the time. If that house is pre-wired correctly, we can get all that installed within about 4 to 5 hours. At least, my team can. Yeah, man. It's a banger system, no doubt about it. People should, consider it if they're looking to entertain their room. And that's my $3,000 of what you can do with a smart home in a family room. What do you got?
Okay, so my scenario is in the kitchen. So probably the adjoining room to this now pimped up family space for TV, music, and my scenario is in the kitchen, and it comes from a scenario that a customer said to me recently. It said, and I've called it Kitchen Wars.
Kitchen Wars.
Our neighbors have just had a new kitchen, and they never stop telling us about it. We are now about to give our kitchen a makeover this autumn. What smart tech can we add to make their jaws drop? And this is a real life scenario. So I've been to this house and I've actually been to the neighbors. So I know what I've got to beat, and it ain't hard. And it ain't hard for that kind of money. 2,400 UK pounds I've got to spend. Continuing the audio theme, I wanted to put in a speaker that was capable of filling a kitchen with sound. I wanted something that was nice looking. I didn't go for in-ceiling speakers because I was conscious of budget, and I do feel that ceiling speakers, dedicated amplifiers, the wiring, the labor, cutting holes in the ceiling can be a budget buster, but I wanted to give maximum sound, so I've gone for the Sonos Play 5, either in white or black to suit the kitchen decor. That's going to sit somewhere prominent, that we're just going to throw out all those dining, cooking, party, breakfast, morning playlists from all your favorite streaming services. And that's a system that can be expanded to other rooms, so you can group it to your outdoor speakers, your family room, your bedroom, whatever you want to hear, you can hear it around the house. So an expandable system. For me, an important part of any kitchen is the lighting. You have to get the lighting right. There's so many tasks performed in the kitchen that need different types of lighting. And this, because it's a real project we visited, we know we've got 4 circuits of lights. We've got the lights that are under the cabinets. We've got the lights that are above the island, the kitchen island, and that's some pendant lighting, drop lighting. We've also got 2 circuits of spotlights in the ceiling. So we've got some around the kind of area where the sink and the worktop is, and then we've got another circuit of lights over a kind of breakfast bar dining area as well. So 4 circuits of lights. I'm going to allocate a Lutron dimmer to each circuit. A Lutron dimmer, retrofittable. This room is not allowing us to do any wiring. We're just merely retrofitting these dimmers into the existing wiring that's in place. To control the Lutron lights, we're going to add 4 Lutron Picos. 2 of the Picos will be for kitchen scenes. 1 will be dedicated as a specific dimmer just for the island pendants. So they've got some control just of that 1 circuit from a Pico. And then the 4th one will be a dedicated controller for the Sonos. Play, pause, skip track, cycle through your favorites, and volume up and down. So they'll have 4 Picos in locations to be confirmed, because you can put the keypads anywhere. They're battery powered. You can have them at whatever height, position, location you want them. So Lutron lighting taking care of that. Now I've gone for something to help you in the kitchen. I've gone for a voice assistant, which I think is necessary in the kitchen, where you've got that, you need that hands-free control. You've got knives, pans, boiling water, kids, sticky fingers. You don't want to be touching screens. So I've gone for the Google Nest Hub Max, the new larger screen device from Nest, just released in the UK. I think it's been out in the US for a little while. I've gone for that as the voice assistant. So that's going to talk nicely to my speakers. It's going to talk to my lights. It's going to talk to the rest of my home. It's also going to give me my info like weather, diary. And because it's got the camera, and this is the feature that I think is going to beat you hands down, I've added in security. I've got that view into my kitchen. When I'm at work, I can see who's in the kitchen. The kids are home from school. The dog is not up on the worktop. I can get access to my home through my £219 touchscreen with built-in Nest Cam. All the features of a Nest Cam, but on your countertop with all the voice control features. The Google Nest Hub Max, also a touchscreen swipe app, adjust your thermostat on a touchscreen, dim the lights on a touchscreen, watch a YouTube video on a touchscreen. You've got an awesome, powerful touchscreen in your kitchen. I've got one more thing to add. Because it's a kitchen, I thought it deserved a smart appliance. I'm going for the smarter coffee maker. So it's a 2nd generation smarter coffee device. It's a filter coffee maker that you can integrate with the Google Hub, the Google Nest Home Hub Max. You can use that to ask for, summon coffee ready. You can set timers, schedules, how much coffee you need. You can control that all from voice or from the app. So we've got music, lighting, security camera, voice assistant, touch screen, and a smart coffee machine. All that hardware is about £1,700 of hardware, and we're going to fully install that for £600, which takes us up to £2,300. We've got £100 left over. I'm going to suggest the customer takes advantage of either the Nest Aware subscription, which is going to cost a few pounds every month, but you've got money left over for that, or invest in some real nice coffee for that coffee maker. You got £100 to play with. I'm not greedy. I'm going to leave some money on the table here.
That's a pretty good solution there, Gamble. That's not bad. You know, one thing that I like, you know, although ours are both kind of different for each individual space, they will work together. You know, ultimately, you know, both of our systems that we've described can work together very easily and very conveniently. Now, you know, I did hear your little jab about, you know, being able to see the security cameras there in the kitchen, and for an additional $35 you can get a Google Chromecast, and we throw that into the television, and with your Google Hub that you have in the kitchen you can say, hey, show me the cameras on my television as well. But it's not a bank breaker in the sense that, you know, it's going to cost another $500 to get that feature. It's just an additional, simple, easy to set up device that can be done for you.
Just a reminder as well, both solutions, or both options we gave, were both professionally installed.
Yeah.
So these are fully installed solutions for the kitchen and the family room, which can be overlooked sometimes. You know, you give them all the gear, but then you have to give them an estimate or work out roughly what the cost is going to be. These are fully installed prices for everything that we've mentioned here. And we'll put all the description with the kit list and our pricing and a bit of breakdown. We've got a bit of work to do, but we'll put that in the description for this episode.
Yeah, man, I think this season is going to be awesome. I really like talking about, you know, that's one of the things is, you know, if clients come to you and say, I have X amount of dollars for a budget, that allows us as a designer to really put together a super cool system that really maximizes the performance for that budget. It's really difficult for clients. You know, they say, and in the past, what we've seen is, I want this, I want that, I need this, and I want that. And then you generate a proposal for them, and it's way over what their anticipation of that, you know, to cost, that investment to cost. And so whenever, you know, there's a budget awareness of what they're comfortable, you know, making an investment in, it's easier for us to design for. And that's why we're coming up with, you know, the $3,000 Smart Home Challenge. So we'd really like to hear everybody's opinions and opines down in the comments, so people get busy, start clicking away down there in the bottom. So I think that's fun, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
This is going to be the theme of Series 5, is these challenges, these budget-sensitive challenges we're going to set ourselves. So.
Well, cool, man. Hey, we got a sponsor this week.
We do, yeah. We've got a sponsor, One AV, UK-based business, and they've got a really cool product that is, I think, is going to relieve a lot of pain for homeowners, and is also going to give a really good option to installers of home technology. And this could be commercial or residential, this product, but we're going to talk about Selfie. Selfie is a device that will boost the mobile or cellular telephone service in your home. It comprises of an antenna on the outside of the building or in a prominent inside position, captures that 3G, 4G cellular service. Then over the building's Cat5e or Cat6 infrastructure, your data cables around the building, delivers that solid and reliable service for your mobile phone coverage throughout the property. It's expandable to the size of the building and the needs for it. It's a real major problem for homeowners that they're not getting their mobile phone coverage within their home. And this product is now available. It meets all new regulations The Ofcom has changed recently that allows the use now for the homeowner to use mobile phone boosting technology. So have a look at Selfie, and that's from 1av.co.uk.
And Selfie is cel-fi.com/products. Yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah. It looks like a great solution for the UK market. I know you guys have got other solutions where you are, but we've really needed something in the UK.
That's awesome, man. Thanks, Selfie. We appreciate you guys greatly for your support. All right, Gamble, you know what? This week, we got the Gamble Ramble. You got something for us today?
Let me look at the script.
All right, come on, take a look at the script.
I've got so many things I could rant about, but yeah, this is. Oh well, yeah, I got a good one.
All right, hold on. Let me get the guns out. Go ahead on, Mike. All right, fire away.
Okay, I'm going to try and not mention the brand, but I was doing an installation on Sunday for a family friend, and they'd purchased a mesh Wi-Fi system that isn't the usual brand that I would use. And we went out there, opened the box, thought, this looks good. I like the look of this. Nice features. Downloaded the app, plugged in the first device into the router, and it went okay. And then I decided to continue the installation and install the other two mesh points that came with this mesh Wi-Fi system. I was starting to get some friction immediately. Add device 2 and connect to its own hotspot, and then go back to the app and give it a name. Well, I couldn't get past this. I could connect to it, but as soon as I went back to the app, I couldn't progress to the next step. It was frozen. So I thought, well, I'll try the third one, and that can be number 2, but I'll try the third one, and the same problem. Then I'm in this world of forums and Google searching, and I'm thinking, crikey, this is supposed to be straight out of the box, your whole home Wi-Fi system in minutes, these mesh systems, and we've got experience of them. But this one was horrible to work with, from one of the biggest brands in technology. And basically it turned into about 2 and a bit hours of work just to set something up that was supposed to relieve a lot of pain. And the rant really is, make sure your product is suitable for self-installation. If you're pitching a product as DIY, then it's got to be super simple. And if it isn't, then you're only opening yourself up for lots of support requests, lots of bad reviews, lots of returns. I really think, and as I documented this installation on Instagram, we saw a lot of people saying, had the same problems, didn't like it, removed the product. So if you're going to make a DIY product, test it on your granny and make sure she can work it. Because if it doesn't work for her, then you're going to be phoning up Home Tech Pros, and then the installation price goes up and up and up.
Gamble, that is so painful. I mean, you're a home technology professional. You do this every day. I mean, that is so far off of your half-hour Wi-Fi. I mean, you could have installed 4 of those with London traffic. Maybe not.
Yeah, Norwich traffic.
Traffic, maybe. Oh my goodness, yeah, man. And that just goes back to our motto: if you don't know, ask a home technology pro. And goodness, the frustration, and that's that's an education one for the memory bank is stick with what that works. And sometimes when you got a friend, you gotta work with what they got.
Yeah, I think I got paid 2 cups of tea and a biscuit.
And a scone too. That's hilarious. All right, well, hey, for all those that are just catching us, we've got all kinds of episodes in the can. We encourage you to take a look at what we got in our backlog. And so take a look at our previous shows. And like we were talking about on the front side of this program, Digital Ramble Show.com is our new website. And you can directly listen through podcasts straight from our website if you go to the direct link. You can also listen to us through Anchor FM podcast find us on YouTube, find us on Facebook. We're on Instagram on occasion. That's still a tough one, but we're there. And please comment, engage, drop some info or some questions. We love engaging with our community.
We do. So JJ, we're back next week with 2 more scenarios that are going to get the $3,000 smart home challenge. I'm really looking forward to that again.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, friends. If you don't know, call and ask a home tech pro. Till next week, y'all have a great week. Every month, the Digital Ramble will receive a regular source of income from supporters who've pledged through Patreon. For as little as $1 a month, having your ongoing support means we spend less time thinking about business and more time creating quality content for you.
Customized, based in Norfolk, England, are proud sponsors of the Digital Ramble. Check out our all setup services. It's smart home installation with ease. Customize.uk.com.
If you're looking to make your basic home smart, check out digitaldelight.com/shop, where they have a variety of different smart home technology solutions that help make smart home shopping easy for you. Check out digitaldelight.com/shop.